What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 17 of my Total Warhammer 3 Greasus Goldtooth campaign. So as we saw last time, Greasus has been trying to take revenge against the dwarfs of Karakadrin who have randomly declared war on us and are unfortunately about to attack the Tsar Nagrand camp. In fact, we ended off last episode with the forces of Ungrim Iron Fist, the specialized anti-ogre force, essentially, with all these slayers and giant slayers who are each one capable of obliterating ogre units just en masse here and ready to attack the camp. It is unfortunate considering it's a level 3 camp, but hey, at least it's not this one. And unfortunately, we were so close to getting Olag to get ready to march up and help out here, but alas, not quite possible. In fact, maybe you're not going to be able to reach us in March stance, so maybe we walk up even closer. I'm thinking if we get very badly beat up here, i.e. if we... wait, if you go into March stance, I wonder, does this reduce the amount to move? Minimum requirement to assume not move this turn. I feel like it moves slightly less far than a regular stance. We can move up even here, because I'm thinking, yes, these guys are going to destroy the camp. There's pretty much no doubt about that. But if we could very, very badly damage them, maybe this force would be able to finish them off next turn. So in fact, let us move you up like right... Ah, man, I hope I... Kind of hard to say what the exact amount of movement we should take is. Really wish we could see how far you could move in regular and not underway stance. Let's try like right here. Just as close as we could possibly get, hopefully, without this guy attacking Olag. Man, I might regret this if Olag dies, because we spent so long building those lead belchers, but hey, I'd really rather destroy this army and not have to worry about it, so I'm willing to take the risk. Otherwise, I believe we've done everything that needs to be done between the... Well, actually not between the episodes, at the end of last episode, so we're just ready to go and ready to fight this battle for the camp. Your last hurrah, Tsar Nagrand camp, let's get to it. Man, if only you could actually build supplies in camps, like if only they actually had supplies to start with instead of starting at 0. So that's quite annoying. Military alliance payments, no, that's not gonna happen because you might piss off those other factions. And oh, okay, he is attacking the camp. Decisive defeat. Yeah, well, of course casualties are high if it's a decisive defeat. Shouldn't it be casualties all or something like that? Anyway, yeah, man, they even have Iron Drakes, plenty of Rangers. Look at that. I mean, I feel like we'd lose even without all these range units, with just the Rangers, although obviously the plan is to try to set up some kill zones with our scrap launchers. Let's see if it's effective. Cinematic battle, go. Alright, well, I think it goes without saying that I do not expect this particular battle to go well. That said, we're gonna give it the old college try, and if nothing else, try to dish out as much damage to the enemy army as possible. Also, are these Slayers unbuffed 50-34? Or is it just we don't see the green... I think we just don't see the green thing on enemies, do we? No, wait, we see it on the Iron Drakes. I'm just thinking, doesn't Ungrim naturally buff Slayers? Giants, I'm not entirely sure. Well, either way, it doesn't really matter whether they're buffed or unbuffed because it's not like we can beat them. Also, what is this that they have on them? Oh, it's just a healing trait. Journeys and entities cannot die. Yeah. Okay, that's standard. That's standard. And now, here's how we've set this up. Essentially, as I said when we were trying to get the battle going, we're going to create a couple of kill zones. Obviously, our scrap launcher is here, well, firing scrap as it tends to do at the enemy over the walls. But the idea is to essentially funnel the enemy to attack right here and possibly out to here, while our scrap launcher essentially sits out here and fires parallel to the entire enemy formation, like so, along the line, essentially. Same thing over here with these 3 scrap launchers. Why did I set up 3 here and 1 there? Mostly because these guys are the closest by far to any of the locations that we're defending, and these guys, they've got quite a ways to go and may even split up to go over there. And the reason I didn't set up another over here is because there really isn't a good location, in my opinion, to set up over here, especially because these 2 units are split. I suppose what we could have done is set up 1 here, but the enemy is just as likely to walk in here and here at the same time, and then where does that get us? Well, nowhere. Instead, I decided to set up a little blob of units here, hiding behind this giant pile of bones and that hut or tent or whatever we're calling this, to, well, try to survive long enough for these guys to kill all of these slayers, although that's a pretty tall order in and of itself. Anyway, here we go. Here come the slayers walking up that kill box, and then we'll see how much damage we can dish out with our scrap launchers. I guess they're waiting to pull back their arms there a little bit. This one's actually moving forward, and the slayers are almost here. Alright, these guys, they're now getting into position because obviously we want to fire like this. Ooh, and we're also getting a little bit of damage into those enemy slayers via our nobblers. Here they come. Yeah, if the entire enemy army was concentrated in a single blob, we could win this very easily. But without cheesing, there's no real way to do that. Alrighty, now obviously our scrap launchers are going to do a bunch of damage to our own nobblers as well, but, well, let's just say we don't really care about the lives of nobblers, do we? Yeah, that one went a little bit too far, but we're starting to dish out some decent damage to the slayers over here, though our warriors are fleeing already and our iron guts are getting pretty beat up. The slayers are all at half or below HP. These second sets are also moving down here. They're taking a little bit of damage from our single scrap launcher, though obviously not near enough, and they will soon be in this kill zone as well. Kill box, kill zone, whatever. Unfortunately, because we're not blocking this off, the, well, I want to say majority of the enemy army is moving along out there, and there's nothing we can do about that. Although, yeah, all these slayers are just about dead here, which is looking pretty nice. Couple more shots into this blob should finish it off, or I guess a couple more shots into this blob as well. Ogres go down as they're overrun by slayers. Once again, I find this super ironic. It's like in the same way that ogres would have overrun sky titans and just like hacked away at their feet. This is what the slayers do to the ogres. Although, yeah, once again, these scrap launchers do seem to be very effective at killing slayers, probably at least in part because of their complete lack of armor. Artillery would be pretty damn decent at killing them. Though that said, we just don't have enough units or scrap launchers because more enemies are coming in, and at this point only one of these locations has won, and that is with our entire, well, almost our entire 3 out of 4 of our units of scrap launcher concentrated there, and as well as our tyrant, and still all the units pretty much got destroyed, and the slayers are obviously going to fight to the death because they're slayers. Alright, other scrap launcher moving into position, and this one's still firing. Gonna use this one to help out both against these guys that are moving into our last capture point and our other location. Once again, I do want to point out that it is quite annoying that we just can't get any a decent amount of defensive supplies ready before the battle starts. Just because we start with 0, we can't build up those towers, and then we have to wait until we reach 900, and then after reaching 900, we still have to take quite a while to actually build the tower, all the while our poor units are dying all over the place. Oh, I do think this was a pretty decent strategy. Oh wow, what the hell was that? What are you doing? That was nowhere near the enemy. Come on, they're blobbed up fairly nicely as well, and okay, yeah, that wasn't too bad. Could have been a little bit more central, but not too bad. And there we go. As we can see over in the background, our units are moving away now. because all of these guys over here have broken. In fact, the giant slayers that were Ungrim's bodyguard actually moved up this particular path and decided to charge or help out with all of this as well. So we're gonna run away with our Nobbler scrap launchers and get a few more units into a little, well, a nice little square, a little bit too disciplined for ogres in my opinion, but a nice little square where we can hopefully continue dishing out damage to those giant slayers. That guy certainly went flying. I'm actually not sure whether piles of Nobblers or Ogres are better against piles of Slayers. Like, would it have been better to have nothing but Nobblers and maybe some range units like Lead Belchers? I guess if the... see, if camps could get big names, like if the Tyrant could get a big name like that Nobbler kicker, then the Nobblers would be much, much better against Slayers, I think, because the Ogres just all go down way too quickly, unfortunately. Speaking of going down quickly, over here, and not in a good way, over here where Ungrim is attacking, these Slayers are breaking through, and though we are providing support with our other scrap launchers, it's just not enough, and we will soon be overwhelmed and our capture point fallen. Which means we will no longer be able to build any of these towers, though we're currently building just the 900-point cannon tower, though once again, it's looking pretty bad. We've managed to kill off a okay amount of enemies, about 600, but otherwise it looks like everybody's getting ready to rout. Our Tyrant is still alive. At this point, yeah, it's just a matter of dishing out as much damage and killing as many of these units as we possibly can. Oh wow! Look at that. This giant pile of ogres just got hit in the back by those iron drakes, and all just ran away. They also probably took an insane amount of damage to that, so not surprising that they ran at all. And there we go. Finally, the ogres that were in this kill box, kill point, kill zone, whatever, broke through and are now trying to focus down our Nobbler scrap launchers. We no longer have the units to defend them, and this camp looks like it's just about ready to fall. Oh man, Iron Drake's coming in as well. Yeah, if we only had a few less entrances. Oh man, that didn't even hit these guys. Come on, they're by themselves fighting around this Tyrant over here. Oh wow, look at that. You gotta love the flamethrower units though, they look quite nice. And I guess we're gonna switch to doing some damage to the Iron Drakes, though I don't expect it to go all that well. At the very least, the Iron Drakes don't do crazy amounts of damage to the Nobbler scrap launchers, but with the Rangers helping out, this thing does drop fairly quickly. I do wonder what kind of army we would need to be able to hold against this sort of attack, and to what degree Lead Belchers would help and how many. I'm just trying to think of for the future when we set up other camps that we will inevitably want to actually survive. What kind of garrisons will we need to get them? I guess we'll have to figure that out at some point. Now, let's see how much damage we managed to do with our Pyrrhic Victory. Pyrrhic Victory. Did I select Karakadrin when I did the replay? It doesn't matter. It's obviously not a victory. Alrighty, down goes the camp, unsurprisingly. We did pretty okay damage. The enemy did blob up, and we did... let's see. Oh man, I can't believe you survived. Yeah, it's annoying that these 3 units survived, but yeah, this game, let's see. It does seem to let units survive a little bit more, but that's okay. Now, in terms of damage, I'm just curious here. 2.2, 3k, 3.2k. It seems, by and large, our Nobblers actually did more damage or otherwise equivalent damage to the various ogres, including the Iron Guts. Huh, that's kind of interesting. I'm actually thinking that perhaps we needed more Nobblers, or, I don't know, hard to say. Either way, obviously we needed a much more elite army here to be able to hold these guys off. Well done to the Nobbler scrap launchers for dishing out the 99.9% of the damage, but down goes the camp. Oh well, it's okay. We just built a new camp anyway, and we're going to build another one shortly. And oh, it looks like you are indeed moving out here, so... Let's see, Gark killed in battle, camp destroyed, yeah, Imminent Rebellion and Worm Pass, which is where? Fallen City, oh. Yes, we were going to move you all down there, eh? Just thinking, is it possible? What if we were to try to trade Fallen City? I mean, it does make marble, which is kind of annoying. But I was thinking to trade it for Amble Peak with these guys. I would really rather have Amble Peak back in the entire province to be able to use commandments. Fallen City for Amble Peak. Minus 65? Yeah, okay. What's this faction name? Sons of the Mountain. When you guys wonder why you're getting killed and eaten by Greasus, look back to this moment. Alrighty, well, I guess we wait for Falco to arrive and attack us here. We have a decent number of extra units. It's primarily Nobblers, mind you, but altogether I think we'll be okay. Makes you curious if he's just going to keep on raiding permanently or actually attack us. Either way, we can still afford to build more Nobblers, and Nobblers we shall build. There we go. I'm not building the expensive Nobblers, obviously, just the cheap, old, regular type. Now, if you attack next turn... Hush. We should probably get some buffs to ourselves. Blade Master, Healthy Appetite... do we need, you know what, just get Root Marcher as well, just in case we need to move next turn. The Fire Belly. A lot of this next battle is going to be up to you. Still Piercing Bolts of Burning, although to be honest, we didn't get too much value out of it against the last fight against Tzeentch. Unfortunately, Tzeentch doesn't like to keep its formations sort of together, which is bad for us, obviously.
Belongs to the boss.
Lots of horrors and thus lots of units with loose formations. Greater Girth for you, and then I guess we'll go into Healthy Appetite afterwards, since we're going this route for you. I guess we should have probably done the same thing with the rest of you as well. Anyway, stay here for now. Also, speaking of, maybe we should set a camp up with one of you guys. We have, what, 2 more camps that we can build. Gotta get that extra money. Now, the question is, I mean, I would like to set one up, like, right here. This would be perfect for when we confederate these guys. The only problem there is we can't afford to raid them right now or they'll never confederate, though it's not looking like they're likely to confederate anyway, so still not happy with that one. Oh well. Speaking of camps, new camp, we need to start building what? Leadership for armies, influence, or you know what, no, start with money. You grow actually 25, 25 is enough, yeah. You're okay, you're gonna move into Ice Spewer, oh. Okay, fine, you're gonna march stance and then move into Ice Spear. It's not like you need to be in the camp. Yeah, definitely want to set up a few more cheap camps. Also, Greasus, I'd like you to raise everything here, essentially. Just everything. Now, we could go after you. Oh, he wants to go after Saber Mountain with 1 unit. Is that possible? No, it's not possible. It's definitely not possible. Oh, we need a crap moat at Saber Mountain as well. All right, fine. Build the moats and stuff everywhere. Greasus, hit Fort Dorjny Vort. And I think we're gonna have to fight this manually. Kind of unfortunate because this is a pretty pathetic garrison, but oh well, fine. We'll deal with it. You, Greasus, can have the Banner of Eternal Flame, I think. Or do we give it to the Fire Belly, who's more into the main line? You know what? Yeah, I think now that see, the problem is Greasus. He takes a while to reach the main line. Yeah, you know what? Let's keep the Lichbone Pennant on. Wait, no, the magical attacks is pointless on you. The Butcher does not have magical attacks. Let's give the Butcher magical attacks. Although we could give one of the Mournfang's magical attacks as well. You know what? Let's give the Great Weapons these 2 banners. The Lichbone Pennant with magical attacks and the charge bonus and weapon strength. Yeah, Greasus could use a pennant, but honestly, because he's so slow, he kind of rarely gets into the fight. Anyway, let's give this a quick fight. I think regular style, because the last battle was cinematic, and well, this one's kind of a non-battle in that it'll be super easy. Then we raise this one, and then we move to Uskalani, and then we just keep destroying stuff. And just keep wrecking all the dwarf stuff, basically. Oh, they do have a catapult here, though. That's going to be kind of annoying. Also, can Mournfangs hide in trees? I keep forgetting. Are they large enough to not be able to hide? Find out in a second here. Alrighty, well, I guess the majority of our army is going to start over on this side. We'll set up the Mournfangs here, who can indeed hide. Perfect. All you Mournfangs, sit here together with the Saber Tusks. Everybody else, you are going to attack straight up the middle. Go here, please, and we're all going to charge. Group 2. Greasus, you can be part of Group 2, I guess. There we go, move together. Magma Mouth and the Owl, you can be part of Group 2 as well. There we go, and then you and you are gonna be Group 1. Kind of the opposite of what we usually do, and then you guys can be Group 3, Group 4, start battle, go. Alright, you guys just straight up attack. Go. And then one of you go here. And then one of, actually no, you go into the main portion of the battle because it feels like we'll have a tougher time there, and then you go for those Quarrelers. Alrighty, well you guys can deal with that, while the Mournfangs and the Saber Tusks all move in and hit you in the back. Alright, Mournfangs up here, Saber Tusks here, there we go. I think that should work nicely. Do you guys have guard mode on? No, you don't. Okay, we're good with that. You gonna slowly run up and force everybody to stop via that Tormentor's Sword. Go, go, go. What do we have here, by the way? Okay, it's a Dwarf Warrior. I saw the axe there, and I thought, oh no, not Slayers. That'd be pretty bad for you. Ooh, nice amount of damage from that charge, though you're probably gonna get pretty beat up in a few seconds. Let's everybody move in. You immediately use a fire attack before any more enemy units move in and help the enemy out. Alright, miners. Okay, we gotta get rid of that grudge thrower ASAP. How's everybody else doing? Mournfangs, up here, please. ASAP as well. Everything ASAP. Battle's gonna be over pretty darn quickly, though. And yeah, everybody else streaming. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with Greasus. He's still not here. You're gonna take a while to get to the main line. Ooh, our Firebelly's kind of in trouble. Let's use the explosion and buff yourself up. There you go. Oh, that looks lovely. And there we go. And Dwarf Warriors are attacking you. Let's also use a Cascading Fire Cloak on yourself. Let's have you get some help from our Iron Guts. You gotta be careful about taking too much damage here, or else we'll have to run away. You, go kill that grudge thrower, please. How are Mournfangs? A little bit on the slow side, that's how they are. Go, go, go. Come on, guys, gotta get here. Take your sweet time. You guys charge on up, and let's slow the enemy down with one of these. There you go. Greasus, look who's finally here. Have you been taking damage from something? Well, regardless. Alrighty, enemy army should break fairly soon. How are you doing? You attacking that grudge thrower? Stop it from firing. Good, good, good. Mournfang's working on it. Come on, if you could charge into this, that'd be swell. Alright, how are those Saber Tusks? Almost capped things, and in fact, you're gonna start moving over here. You keep capping what you're capping, and nobody's too hurt, so we're okay. You guys keep attacking what's down here. You guys keep on charging through. We just have to keep, we just have to essentially cause a critical mass of enemy units routing. I don't know, I can't think of any other way to describe it. Alright, Saber Tusks you've captured. Go to the next tower location as well. Do we need to Troll Guts anybody? Ironically, I think Greasus is the most hurt. Let's Troll Guts Greasus. Wait, no, it's not Greasus. That's, I usually have Greasus at Group 1. That's our hunter. Alright, well, you get Troll Guts, buddy, and we keep moving forward. Battle should be just about over. Oh, look, Mournfangs are finally here, and charge on through, Mournfangs. You can just leave one of you behind. The Iron Fist's behind to attack the Quarrelers, while the Great Weapons go in and attack those Quarrelers. Those other Quarrelers, I should say. Stop or halt on the Noblar Scrap Launcher, and that's about it. There we go, battle is over. I really love watching the Mournfangs just send a bunch of dwarfs flying. There we go. Very nice. Didn't quite get the dwarf bowling effect, but oh well. Or bowling effect in general. Now, Iron Guts, so let's heal you up, because you're going to be a front line for the next battle, and we don't have another use of Troll Guts, unfortunately. Oh well, it's okay. We'll wait for a few seconds until the Iron Guts are healed, and then we'll end the battle. And you guys are still healing? Okay, you're good now. There we go. Easy little fight. Really should have been auto-resolvable, but you know how the game is right now. 0 losses as well. They didn't even manage to bring down a single Iron Gut. See, you know what I would have loved? I would have loved for Greasus to fight that giant Slayer army. That would have been really fun, if only they didn't go for a damn camp. Tremendously unfortunate. Alright, so here's what we do. First of all, we're gonna raise the territory. Yeah, we get more money for sacking, but I want to make this entire territory into ruins. And then Greasus, you're gonna hit Uskalani next turn. Why are you suffering attrition? Blighted by chaos? This doesn't look all that chaos corrupted. Oh, it's Cornate, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, annoying though it may be. You, I guess we could stop you from oh, he's replenishing. Oh, and he's gotten a few of those units to blob up into one unit now. Zarnagrund. Do we keep stealing tech? What's your percentage? You're at 12. Let's not waste any more money on that right now. Let's instead get you Cleanse Corruption. I mean, I guess we could put more points into Hinder Replenishment as well, in theory. Alright, just go here. Maybe annoy these dwarfs if we should find the ability to do so. Then I want you to go right here. Maybe he'll attack Blackfang and then we'll sally out and kill him. Maybe. We'll see. Alrighty, anything else? Greasus, you got levels, but you don't need to deal with them right now. Vud, you can move into this army. Continue scouting. Really hope that he doesn't identify this ambush stance. Will he attack Black? No, there's no way. He's probably gonna jump over to the Eagle Aries. That's what I expect him to do. We'll see, though. Patrol, you are in a good place, though. You could try to assassinate this Plague Ridden. 3%? That's okay. Failed. Oh well. Not a big deal. Keep an eye on what's going on out here. You've already moved. Who's next? Who's next? Mountain Talker, Og. All you Mountain Talkers. I'm just waiting for Falco. This is gonna rebel next turn, but, I think it'll be okay. At least I hope so. That poor camp. And we should probably set up another camp, like, right here. We need to just keep setting them up in the middle of our territory, and then I want another one, like, right back here somewhere. Where the enemy can't reach them, essentially. Just to increase the money-making capability of this. And in fact, this one's probably a little bit too far out. So, hopefully we'll be able to get some mileage out of that one. Anyway, let's end the turn. There's buildings to upgrade, but okay, wait, we'll spend a little cash on that one at Ice Pass, but otherwise I think we're okay. Also, you still have Feasts for the Strong, eh, Ice Pass? I think we're actually okay with you. You can switch to Might Makes Right for that extra cash, in fact. And I just want to double check you are both in money making. Okay. Everybody else is good. Let's end the turn. Let's see where the dwarfs go. At least it wasn't this camp. Hopefully they don't jump over to get this camp next. Although it's very possible that they do. Let's see what you do, buddy. He just stayed there. I guess he wants to heal. Okay, well, let's try to hinder that replenishment, shall we? There's that Rebellion in Worm Pass, Settlement Besieged, Veil of Titans, nice. Sky Titan Defenses, also nice. We've been wanting that. You, hinder that replenish. Hey, you succeeded. Well done, Blout. Blout does good work. I say this every episode, but he really does. Next up, I guess big migration for yet another camp. Though I do want the reduction and the tribal tribute. Let's go big migration first, then to tribal tribute most likely. Although that weapon strength for Iron Guts is pretty nice as well. Yeah. I'm just double checking if there's anything really crazy that we should try to head towards. Well, Stop It Rotten is pretty good as well. Ooh, and the corruption reduction. Man, income from camp buildings is also very nice. You know what? I'll think about this as to which one's more worth it at the current time. Either way, Path to the East, you get yourself a level up. Ice Caverns of Imerdrak. We can't afford this right now. Or this, to be honest. So I guess you guys are just gonna have to sit here, and hello, this annoying little army is here. You, go right here. Watch this guy try to jump and go for this camp. I wonder who'd win. Probably the Dwarf Lord. That's a lot of melee defense. Known to ambush. I'm really curious as to what this guy's planning here. Greasus, sack or raise Uskalani, and move down to the Falls of Doom. What? Can you not reach this? Yes, you can reach this. Can we auto-resolve this one? I really don't want to fight this. This is such a waste of time. Let's try it. I hope we don't get too damaged. Auto-resolve. Yeah, pretty badly beat up, but, you know, worth not wasting our time there. Sack the place. And then, can you go into... no, you can't. Wait. Yeah, see, there's a bug. I think it's a bug anyway, that we went into ambush and then we were able to go into encamp stance, eh? To heal up. It's a little bit cheap, but to be honest, I don't like the way that the stances work anyway, especially with the encamp stance being at 50%. Although, then again, to be able to replenish is pretty necessary. Or we could just raise the place, because we are almost out of movement, and we're probably not going to get a better opportunity to move now. Oh wait, we can't raise it on the same turn, can we? Wait, did we just recover a bunch of skill points? Wait, what? Huh, weird. Yeah, it'll say do nothing here next turn. If we go into March stance instead, that doesn't really help. Do we need to get rid of Uskalani? It is level 2, so it'll still be able to build stuff, and honestly the Garrison of Falls of Doom is still kind of garbage. I don't know. Wait. How far can you actually... I'm confused. You can move here in regular stance, but you can only move... Oh wait, you can move further in March stance. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Just go into March stance. I'm not gonna use the in-camp bug because it feels cheap. Let's just do this the legit way. I always feel bad doing anything cheesy or cheap like that. There we go. Next up, who's gonna move? You guys. Oh, you just got attacked, didn't you? You got a Falco to kill, who has a pretty decent army, but working together, I'm reasonably confident in your guys' ability. As long as everybody is able to help each other out, yes? Wait, do we have any great maw things? No, we're good. Okay. So now we should have 4 armies reinforcing, yes? Or 3? 1, 2, and 3 is the garrison, and then you guys. Okie dokie. Let's pre-battle feast everybody, and I guess one more cinematic battle for this episode, just for the fun of it. We might actually lose this. Oh, it says Pyrrhic victory. Yeah, once again, they're probably gonna have a very difficult time killing our lords, even if our gobos are garbage. Fight battle. Alrighty, once again, we face the forces of Tzeentch with the various little mini tyrant forces that we have around here. Now, this is not a particularly easy battle, I would say, on the one hand. On the other hand, as we've encountered these forces before, we've learned that they have an extraordinarily difficult time dealing with those heavily armored tyrants. And between all of the garrison forces and all the extra reinforcements, we have 6 full heroes, 2 fire bellies, and 4 titans, I think? Or tyrants, I think? Is that it? Or maybe it's 5. Wait, no, it's 5, not 6. We have 3 tyrants and 2 fire bellies. One of the fire bellies obviously actually can cast stuff. Also, I'm going to speed this up real quick as we get into position here, as we are going to wait until the reinforcements arrive. The plan is to set up a blob of gobos, as the nobblers are the reinforcements that are coming in here, and there are quite a few of them, as we can already see. Set them up essentially in a line like this, these guys in a main line, and then we have nobbler trappers to hit these guys in the flanks, and the Mournfang Cav to hit them as well. The key here is pretty simple. Prevent the enemy from getting any range shots off. If they can't use their range, they will all die. That's the idea anyway. Man, look how much bigger Ogre Tyrants are as compared to those Nobblers. Damn. I mean, that's not surprising, but still, damn. Alrighty, there we go, giant tide of nobblers moving down there, moving ahead of the tyrants to absorb those hits from the enemies, and the tyrants are going to follow suit as well now that they've quote-unquote led their army here. And yeah, as I said, the idea here, set up piles and surround and hit the enemy from every single side. We're going to take a little bit of fire from it. Looks like 1 or 2 units of pink horrors, but honestly it shouldn't matter that much. I'd rather get the position that we want, even if it costs us a little bit of damage. Ooh, and it looks like the enemy has actually brought in some screamers to try to annoy us over here. This is actually a fairly decent move, A, because I don't believe that the nobblers can kill the screamers, at least without great difficulty, and B, they're sort of stopping the entire force here, or at least the half that's supposed to be past this midpoint, which is quite nice. Well done to the AI. Oh, and then it actually charged and then ran away, interestingly enough. Man, you'd think that some of the goblins would at least like try to jump on this unit and try to bring it down. I feel like they should have added some animations like that for flying units that landed, especially smaller flying units. Might have been too hard though. And obviously you need an animation like that for like essentially all the blob units, zombies, skeletons, gobos, that sort of thing. Alrighty, and now we're almost ready to set up, but I decided at this point that perhaps we should wait a little bit. Now that the two tyrants have waded in, as we can see, they're doing quite a bit of damage to those screamers, and if we could get these guys off the field before we engage properly, well, that would be quite nice. You got this, tyrants. Man, I really wish they weren't fighting directly in the shadow here. Can't see what the heck is going on. The whole map does get lit up when the shadow does get lit up when the screamers die, though, because they explode into fire, or disintegrate into fire, whatever you want to call it. And there we go, let's check out how much damage those screamers have taken. And just by virtue of the tyrants hitting them together with the meat shield of the nobblers, they have both dropped down to below half HP, and it looks like this one is wavering and gonna start dissipating soon. In the meantime, with those screamers just about out of the picture, we're ready to move the rest of the army. The ogre bulls and the nobblers running ahead of them, and the Mournfang's gonna hit this blob of enemy ranged units that are set up in a kind of neat little protective formation, and then obviously our nobbler trappers over on the flanks. Well, let's see if our strategy pans out. This is not happening. I canceled this. There we go, our lords and heroes are in, gonna get a free fireball or fire breathing, I don't remember what that one is. I think it was a fire breathing, or wait, no, it looked like a fireball, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Oh, and finally we're actually getting a little bit of mileage out of a Flamestorm cast, surprising as that may be. Generally speaking, I do like Flamestorm, but in this particular campaign, haven't really had too much experience with getting good mileage out of it, and this time it actually hits the enemies instead of immediately moving into the wrong direction, as it does like to do. Otherwise, with those screamers destroyed, we are going to surround the enemy from every single side. The Mournfangs are charging, the other units that have killed the screamers are charging, and the nobbler trappers are charging, though they do seem to be distracted by a unit of screamers, but it looks pretty damn good to me. Also, we need to try to essentially blob up as big a pile of enemies as possible to immediately drop a cast of piercing bolts on them, which it looks like would be pretty good right here, though our nobblers are going to take some hits here. This is an overcast version of the spell, because there is a lot of horrors here. They tried to move away, but too little, too late. There we go. Very, very nice, and we can see all those horrors exploding, and though our unit of nobblers routes immediately, so do two of their horror units become wavering, and one of them took a little bit of a hit. Otherwise, it looks like we've engaged every single one of the enemy units at this point. Our heroes waiting in come with, essentially impunity, and though it looks like these screamers are just ripping the nobbler trappers apart with every enemy unit engaged and no ability to fire their ranged fire attacks, we're looking pretty damn good. In fact, let's check the balance of power right now. It's shifted pretty well in our favor, it looks like. About, I want to say 66% our way, something along those lines. I really wish the mouse would disappear when you hit the AI. I find it weird that it doesn't. And you can't even put it to the edge of the screen because then it just moves there. Oh, there's a little hill. I probably should have put a hero up here just to, like, overlook the battlefield. I like these little positions. Anyway, we have drawn in and essentially enveloped the entirety of the enemy army. Most of them are now starting to rout, for the exception, I guess, of these screamers, which are still killing nobbler trappers. There's a unit of pink horse here that got trapped by a bunch of gobbo or nobblers and ogres. The enemy lord is still just sitting on top of that disc. And chucking fire at us, which is quite annoying, but fortunately, because it's a flying unit, as soon as the rest of the enemy army routs or dies, he will be forced to rout and die as well. And rout and die they shall, because this battle looks to be just about over. They just could not contend with the sheer amount of units that we had, even if most of them were trash nobblers. Hey, they're cheap and effective. Gotta give credit where it's due. And there we are, the chain route is here, and the last of the enemy units are disintegrating, like the, there we go, down go the poor screamers, huh? Oh, I like how their corpses slowly sink to the ground instead of just falling or just exploding in the air. That's pretty nice, a nice little touch. And there we are. Last unit, Herald of Tzeentch. Well, I'm not gonna spend 8 years waiting for it to disintegrate, so let's just hurry it up. I do find it weird that now that we have the option for units to land, that flying units just disintegrate instead of being forced to land. Although I suppose if this wasn't a demon, he could have tried to escape. Wait, could have still tried to withdraw. Poor little guy. Oh well, there we go, a close victory, but a much needed one. Not really revenge for that camp, but well, we'll get revenge for that camp later on. Alrighty, now that did turn out to be a pretty easy battle, but once again we did have the advantage of just sheer numbers of nobblers to send at the enemy and prevent them from getting any mileage out of their range damage. Now, I don't really care about the XP or whatever we got out of this, but the glittering scales is always a lovely pickup. I do like any aura items to put on our in our armies. I'm just trying to remember whether we actually have one in Greasus's army, and if we don't, well, we should. Anyway, let's ransom those captives. We got a Cathayan jet as well, glittering scales as we just saw, and there we are. Alrighty, well, unfortunately with that also we are once again out of time, and I am going to have to call this episode here. We will have to wait until next episode to get our revenge on that damn Ungrim Iron Fist, but hey, it's the revenge will be all the sweeter for the waiting, I think. Otherwise, we will send Greasus to March Dance to Falls of Doom, destroy that catch Ungrim if Ungrim tries to run away, maybe even destroy Grisgut's army, because this is also probably going to be an issue here. Yeah, we're really gonna have to try to figure something out with all this, because, it's quite annoying without another camp. Maybe we'll try to build another set of units to put in another camp in this camp, and then set it up here again, but maybe we're just better off building or capturing Tsar Nagrin for ourselves instead, and once again using it to break enemies upon it like a... like we're planning for some of these things right here. That's what I'm thinking right now, although obviously I could change my mind. You guys let me know if you have any suggestions for what to do yourselves, but otherwise, more dwarf battles and more Tzeentchian battles next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.